Hello, hello. I I just wanted to do a quick update on what I've been up to and what is in the plans and some problems. Yeah, I've borrowed the term PPP from my product management. What's the word? Procedures, and that we had a weekly PPP to see what everyone's been up to. So I'm just fusing my professions. Before I die, I'd like you to notice that I'm wearing all my finished objects and my whips. And yeah, before I die is because it's really hot in here, so I better start talking about them really quickly, and that'll keep me focused. The thing that's currently my most exciting whip is the Song of the Moon sweater. That's a colorwork, stranded colorwork in fingering weight yarn. I will say in 4 colors. So there's a main and there's 3 contrast colors, and every row is worked with just 2 colors, so there's no too much tangling. Thank you very much for saying that the color is awesome. To be fair, I am not 100% sure that the collar will stay like this. It's an experiment. I needed some decreases, so I worked some, but we'll see when the whole sweater is finished if I still can live with this look, or maybe I'll tweak it, but it won't be worse, it'll be better. So yeah, I like that is generating a lot of interest, because I wasn't sure if that's acceptable to do decreases in the ribbing like that, but it looks like there are people who could be persuaded to work a sweater like that. So yeah, that's my most exciting whip at the moment, and I literally have trouble putting it down because it is just such gorgeous colors, and it's in collaboration with Yama yarn from South Africa, and it's a merino and linen base, so it's a summery yarn, but it's single, so it's very fluffy. And yeah, it's dessert. That's what it is. Knitting this is I'm about 3 or 4 rows away from separating sleeves and body, and then I will make the decision of whether the color work will continue throughout the body, or whether I'll just finish the pattern somewhere here and then the rest will be in the main color, or maybe there'll be both options. We'll see, and that's still to be decided, which is in the plan. So in terms of timelines, I hope that I can call for test knitters in mid-May, because it is fingering weight yarn. It's taken a while to work on it, but yeah, I'm getting very hot. I think it's time to move on to the next thing in progress. So I'm gonna take this off. Whew. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're down to the knits in 1 color, which I have on me is my second version of Datura cardigan. Datura because that's another name for angel trumpet, and it's inspired by, the sleeves are trumpet sleeves. I have already made one like that in darker variegated yarn, and I loved it. It was fingering weight, might be sock, zebra, stripy, busy, but that meant we lost the details of the construction in all the busyness, so I decided to make another version, which is just a plain and light, so you can really see the detail, and the sort of the exciting part of this design is that it's worked seamlessly from the top down, and the set-in sleeve I will call it a set-in sleeve because it is worked as a set-in sleeve, is not sewn in, it's worked and shaped with short rows. So that is, for me, the most exciting part. It's a V-neck with a tie front detail that's yet to be added. And what I'm really struggling with is finding motivation to knit the body because I've finished both sleeves, and yeah, the body is, I mean, when you have a colorwork yoke like that on your needles, who can be convinced to work on a plain stockinette that has a purl side as well to work? It's really, oh, Leanne wants me to send it over. Okay, I actually might, actually. So be careful what you wish for, because it is really, really taking all of my willpower to do some rows on this. And I should have finished this already last week, and I should have left it in Latvia with the other, where both of them in pair would be taken for a spin and photo shoot. Okay, that's it. Leanna, I'm sending it to you. You got yourself a knitting project. I'm sure it'll take you no time, but mind you, it's on 3.25 millimeter, I think that's size US 3 needles, and yeah. I mean, if you're so generous, I will gladly send it over. It's very light, so it can pass through a letterbox, I'm pretty sure. So that's that. I mean, I really shouldn't dwell too much on this. It should just be like a few evenings and it's done. But oh, I have so much other exciting things to work on the yoke. It's hard. Right. Then what I'm wearing now is something that I finished a couple of weeks ago, so I shouldn't really be talking about this as something new, but the awesome thing about it is that it's currently in test, and this will be I can't say the first time, but one of the very, very few times where I will be modeling the design myself. I will be the model that is being photographed for the pattern, and usually I'm really self-conscious in front of camera and it will be an absolute agony, but you know, to be an all-rounded knitwear designer, I think you just gotta go and do all the things yourself sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of comfort zone, and tomorrow is the big day, so wish me luck. It's called Amor de Verano tee. It's developed in collaboration with Felice Punto yarns, and yarn base is Solaris, which is linen and silk mix. It's really lovely. I mean, I don't feel like I've got a hand knit on me. It's very, very soft to touch and ideal for summer. And yeah, I love it. It's very practical, trendy, awesome, and the pattern will be released next month, so watch this space with my face on it. And the last finished object, actually, I can't show you because it's literally blocking and it's wet, but it is the Wildcat sweater that has been in the works for 16 months. Yeah, I calculated yesterday. On finishing. I started it in December 2021 and we're in 2023, and it's an all over tigerish print fingering weight colorwork sweater with a double collar, and the reason why it's exciting is because the test call is coming tomorrow. So if you are interested in testing, make sure you have signed up to my newsletter, because that will be the first channel we distribute the test information. And yeah, it's I know animal print isn't everyone's cup of tea, and there are really strong naysayers, but at the same time, it's my first all over colorwork sweater, and I picked colors that are subtle, and they, yeah, I think they look quite cool together. And the yarn that I used is the Ainsworth and Prynne from the Knitting Shed. It's a Merino Silk singles as main color, and something called Slubby Sock, because it's a sock yarn with some slubby bits as the contrast color. And the gauge is quite loose, so I think this is supposedly fingering weight yarn, but I think it might even look better for sport weight yarn. DK could be too dense, but sport weight would be the sweet spot. But because I used fingering weight yarn, it's so drapey and it's so summery, and yeah, I love it. So tomorrow is a test call for that. What else? So I've covered the progress part, and now I'm sorry, there have been some comments in I will not even dare to guess languages. I really don't know. They're foreign to me, and I appreciate you commenting, but unfortunately at this point I have no way of knowing what you're saying, so I can't respond to that. Please don't think I'm ignoring. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I don't have the tools right at hand to join in the conversation. If you can write in English, that would be very greatly appreciated, or Latvian, or a little bit of French. Yeah, that's about it, unfortunately, or in knitting language. So what I have planned are decisions that I need to make, and maybe you can help me make them, for what I will cast on next after I've finished the two projects, or maybe Lena will help me finish. We'll see. I have on offer the following. I have decided to recreate the best, most popular colorwork pattern that I have ever designed, which is called Pagan Sky, and currently is on DK weight. I have decided, in collaboration with Farmer's Daughters Fibers, to rework that in fingering weight. So it will be a deep running colorwork sweater that is using the same motif as the Pagan Sky, but it will be in fingering weight yarn. And I'm planning to make it both as a steekable cardigan as well as a pullover, and with adjustable neck wideness. So I had a couple of comments saying that I should do the coatigan. I have now forgotten what that project means. I know I have posted something with the word coatigan in it, but I really have lost all recollection of which one that was. And if it's still, like, after that long hasn't been worked on, then it's very little chance of me pulling it out and working on it. Especially the summer's coming and it sounds like something thick. So I might be something for later. So yeah, this is the first option. Second option is oh yeah, I just wanted to show you the yarns that I have for that. Isn't that wonderful? Look at all the speckle, and it just makes knitting colorwork so much more exciting, because you don't know when a little bit of pink or orange or yellow is gonna hit and just make it all more exciting and joyful. So the second option is a pair of socks to join the Memory Socks series. And I have since the Dublin Memory Socks release, which was in honor of Dublin, we have, with our friends, been to 2 different locations. In February we were all here in my house, visited London and the Unravel Festival, and we picked up a set of mini skeins, and I don't know if I'm getting the colors right, but they are just, I could actually drop everything and cast on socks in these colors because they're so like mine. These are from the Knitting Shed, as well as the Wildcat sweater. So yeah, I'm going through the Knitting Shed phase. They have amazing colors. Yeah, I think one of my absolute favorite like solid color tones is there. Thank you, Lena. She votes for a pair of socks and it'll take me a day. Well, I'm not sure if it'll take me a day because I have some crazy interesting things in mind that will probably require a few trial and errors before I get it just right. So yeah, that is for when my creative juices are flowing and I'm back fully. Third option is another pair of socks. We were just in Latvia for to visit my family and for a knitting meetup, and I saw all my friends there again, and we all picked a set of sock yarn for the Valmiera Memories Socks. Indra is also voting for the pair of socks. Okay, well, I guess that's decided then. One of these. Well, which ones? These ones or these ones? Maybe I'll decide that myself. But yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I've still got a bit to go on the current whips, and I don't want to disturb the equilibrium by casting on something new too early. But it doesn't hurt to think about it, right? Last thing I wanted to just say is that, oh yeah, I also had some plans to do some spinning for the next yoke meditation series, and I've got like a tray full of yarn and a couple I haven't even unpacked, but all of this is gorgeous, and it just, yeah, I just need a Sunday or two to create some beautiful gradient yarns and dream of another colorwork sweater. That's also always really rewarding and exciting, and it fills me with so much joy that, yeah, decisions. And that's because the Yoke Meditation series #1 pattern, that is the sweater that looks like this, which I don't have anymore, and I can't wear it and show you. And thank goodness, because it's so hot, is coming out tomorrow. Well, yeah, it's officially launching tomorrow, and it's gonna be, I mean, you should see the tester versions. A lot of the test knitters used, I used hand spun yarn, but a lot of the test knitters used spin cycle yarns dyed in the wool, and we even compiled all of the top 10 color combinations for this sweater, and we're just like scrolling through that blog post today, and yeah, it's sensational. It's so much color and so much joy. Yeah, the words can't express. All you can do is like pick your favorite colors and just play around, and there's some bubbles to keep you distracted as well, and that's coming out tomorrow. And last thing, I just want to remind everybody that the first ever Zanete Knits Cal is going on full speed. Hi! And we have already over 80 projects entering, and not sure if you saw earlier today my post about the top projects, and I am sure that, well, I hope that some participants might choose to make this sweater as well, because it's a lot of fun and it's great to look at, because it's really shows off the colors in a bold way. So today is also the last day to use the Cal special discount, which is the Zanete Knits 50th, and that gets you 25% off all self-published patterns. And if you're a newsletter subscriber, then watch out for the newsletter that's coming out tomorrow to get your exclusive discount code for the pattern and hear all about the test call. And thank you so much for joining. Let me know if this was fun, useful, if you'd like to hear from me every week or maybe less. I am really curious to know because I always have so much knitting around me and I don't even know the heads and tails, and I think this will help me like structure and focus me a little bit more. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining, and I wish you a wonderful Tuesday and the rest of the week.